Hello, good morning students. Welcome to virtual classes. In the last class, we have started a lesson, The Refugee, written by Pearl S. Buck. And The Refugee is a story of a Chinese farmers who were forced to move out of their villages during 1931 on the floods of a Yangtze River. These farmers suffered a lot, and the first paragraph has already been done in the last class. Now, let us start with the second paragraph. Now, everyone take out your textbooks and turn on to the page number 160, second paragraph. Follow the lines when I do it. There were several hundred of them passing at this moment. If they did not look at anything nor at anyone, neither did any look at them. The city was full of refugees, many thousands of them, fed after a fashion, clothed somehow, sheltered in mats and great camps outside the city wall. At any hour of the day, lines of ragged men and women and a few children could be seen making their way towards the camps. And if any city dweller noticed them, it was to think with increased bitterness. More refugees. Will there never be an end to them? We will all starve trying to feed them even a little. In the first paragraph, we understand that there were thousands of refugees. They were forced to leave their villages due to a floods, and they became landless and homeless in a overnight. Now they are walking in the city. Now the cities were new and strange to them. They had never visited the city before, though it was a few hundred miles away from the villages where they lived, but still it was quite far for them. They never expected that such kind of a catastrophe, that means a disaster, will happen to their lives, though they had heard such kind of disasters will happen in the world, like floods, or it may be earthquakes, or it may be droughts, but they never expected that will happen to them. Now they have become homeless. Now they are walking in the streets of the city on the concrete roads. Before they were used to walk only on the fields and the village roads. Now they are walking on the streets, though there were number of attractive things and automobiles which they had not seen and heard earlier, but they were not looking at them because their suffering is so high that they have lost the hope of survival. They are almost near to the death, and they are walking on the streets as if they were walking in their dreams. There were several hundreds of them passing at this moment. At this moment in the city, not one or two, there were several hundreds of the refugees were walking. If they did not look at anything or anyone, the refugees who were walking on the streets, they were not looking at anything on the city. At the same time, they were not looking at any people. Similarly, any of the city dwellers, even they were not looking at the refugees. Now, the city is full of refugees. Thousands of them were there. Wherever you see, everywhere, on the every road, every street, every lane, here and there, you can see thousands of refugees. They were fed after a fashion. Fed after a fashion means they were poorly fed. They did not have enough food to eat. Clothed somehow. They did not have a sufficient clothes also to wear. They were sheltered in the mats in a great camps outside the city wall. So they stayed outside the city wall in some kind of a camp, and they were sleeping on the mats. And when you look at any hour of the day in the city, there were hundreds of refugees. They were walking in a line, just like how the ants move in a line with their ragged clothes. ragged men and women and some children. They were all in a rags, in the sense the dresses which they wore were torn clothes. They were making their way, they were going towards the camp. When any of the city dwellers, when they notice these refugees, what they would think, they would look at them with bitterness. They were angry at the refugees. They would think that will there be any end for these refugees coming into the city? They thought that obviously they would become poor and they had to starve in trying to give even a little food for the refugees, because there were thousands of them. Next paragraph. This bitterness, which is the bitterness of fear, made small shopkeepers bawl out rudely to the many beggars who came hourly to beg at doors, and it made men reckless in paying small fares to the rickshaw pullers, of which there were 10 times as many as could be used, because refugees were trying to earn something. Thus, even the usual pullers of rickshaws who followed this as their profession cursed the refugees, because, being starving, they would pull for everything given to them. So fares were low for all, and all suffered. You see, these city dwellers, the people who lived in city, they were angry at the refugees. This is due to the fear. They had a fear because of these refugees, so they have to lose their jobs, lose their income. Even they may have to share the food, clothing, whatever they have. So even they may end up even starving. Because of that fear, they would bawl out means they would shout at many beggars who would come to their doors of the shops hourly. Since these refugees, they were starving, they were poor, they did not have any kind of a job. The only way that they can earn some money is through begging. So they would beg at every doorsteps when they go to beg. So these small shopkeepers shout at them, and some of the refugees would survive by pulling a rickshaw. So since the competition is so high, there were so many refugees that even the customers, if they pay very less, even they would pull it for even very less price also. Because of that, these customers, they were very unkind. They were very unkind in paying for rickshaw pullers. Because of this, the city dwellers who would follow the profession of pulling a rickshaw, even they would get very less fares, because the refugees were ready to pull a rickshaw for a less price. Because of that, even they had to get less. So even those rickshaw pullers, they cursed at the refugees. With the city full of refugees, then begging at every door, swarming into every unskilled trade and service, lying dead on the streets at every frozen dawn, why should one look at this fresh horde coming in now at the twilight of a winter's day? Now, when you see what is the regular scene, a common scene at the city, and what the city dwellers would see, there were thousands of refugees were walking in the streets. They were begging at every doorstep, and if there is any availability of a unskilled job or a trade, so these refugees would move in a groups in order to do it. And they could also see that at a cold morning, many of the refugees would lie on the streets dead. And this is a quite common scene that they would see. If that is the scene, so why should these city dwellers look at a fresh group of refugees if they come into the city on a twilight of a winter day? You can see that this is a quite common scene, and that particular day there were a fresh group of refugees. They were coming into the city, but the city dwellers, they did not notice at them, because so many refugees coming into the city and moving and begging, it is quite common to them. They did not notice these a fresh group of Chinese farmers, they were dropping into the city. Thank you. We'll continue the next video.